All right, here's the first thing, just with some relevant news, right?
Okay.
Anybody out there see social media this weekend, right? Cam Newton. Cam Newton gets stuck in France. Apparently, he was late for his flight.
He missed his flight, and then he had business class or first class on the original flight.
Yes, right.
Missed it. And then when he was on the next flight, there was no business or first class. So He had to ride in coach with limited leg room. So he offered $1,500 to a passenger that had a little bit more leg room than him. I still don't think he was in first class, but apparently he just walks around with $1,500 in his pocket.
Well, and that's perfect because this is something that came up a little bit last week with Dad in general anyways, because we were talking about cash carriers, right? And so when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is a good convo for Dad. I mean, yes, $1,500 is a little excessive. I don't know if Big Phil, you walked around with $1,500 in your prime, but it is a very, I don't know, Dad, why is it popular in the NFL? I think certain players do carry around more cash than maybe the normal, Joe and Johnny on the street. And what was your reason? Why did you always have cash on you? Because I remember growing up and you always had big wads of cash on you, and guys on the team, like especially the offensive linemen who are cheaper, would always like, oh, look at all that money Phil has, and they'd say things like that to you.
Yeah, and I had to keep a lot of cash on me while I was playing because Lawrence Taylor was always borrowing it. Hey, man, how much money you got? And I said, well, how much do you need? And he goes, I need it all. So I said, okay, and I would usually have around $2,000 on me.
Wow.
And I would give it all to him, and he would take it, and he always paid me back. It might be 2 or 3 days later, but once he got settled in, and, whatever went to the bank, he would get the cash and give it back. And why do NFL players all carry cash, or probably more than the normal people,
right,
or regular people, whatever you want to say?
Yeah.
So because they had no money growing up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I grew up in an era where there was no credit cards. We didn't,
I
didn't go buy a pack of gum and use my cash card. Here, I need some points. Oh, my gosh. I want to say sometimes I'm in the airport, hey, just leave it there. I'll pay for all of it. Please, go.
Right.
Because you stand in line, everybody get their, I got to punch in 18 numbers. So Cam Newton, the other thing I'd say, I mean, come on, 1,500.
Yeah.
You just got 2,000.
He needed
Sooner
more.
or later, you're going to hit a number. Somebody go, oh my, I got to take it.
Well, he might not have had more than $1,500. That might have been all he had.
Well,
I think he'd be good for it.
So wait, this is something Dad brought up to me and earlier when we were talking about
this. And I'm still a cash carrier, by the way.
You are still a cash carrier.
Absolutely.
But this Dad brought this up too when this first came out over the weekend, where I thought it was really funny, where he talked about how come it is that when people are sitting at their gate and they go, we have a $200 voucher for you and you'll get points, and people are like, oh, I'll take that deal, and you see people go up and do that. But here's a guy who's sitting in the seat. He won't take $1,500 cash from Cam Newton. What's the why is that?
I don't. It's some psychological. It's psychological. I don't know why. I don't know enough about it to say it, but it's unbelievable. I was going to Kentucky. Tremendous bad weather here in New Jersey, thunderstorms everywhere. My mom was getting heart surgery the next day, and I'm there, and you believe it or not, they make an announcement, Phil Simms to the counter. And I go up to the counter and go, yes, what's going on? We're sorry to inform you, you've been bumped from the flight. And I said, what? And they yes, it's too much weight on the flight, and the computer picked you out.
Right.
And I said, my mom is, I get ready, and then she goes, hey, I'm sorry. So I turned around, no exaggeration. Everybody's sitting there delayed for hours at the airport. It's a mess, everybody. And I said, hey, I need to get home. All the people going to Louisville, too.
Right.
And I said, I will give, I started that at 1,000. I said, I'll give 2,000. Who will give me the seat? I got it on me. I will give you 2,000. And, not a person budged. I didn't have one or two go, man, I'm sorry, but I've been sitting in the airport all day. I just got to get home.
Right.
And this is a true story. So I had to call Teterboro Airport, and I had to get a private plane to take me down there.
Yeah, I remember that. Now that you're saying it, I remember this whole.
Now, that bill was sure a lot more than 2,000.
Well, that was. You're right. Well, geez, if you carried a little more cash, maybe you could have got it done in the airport. I don't know.
I don't know. I was. Come on, I was dead. Well, whatever.
So
those things happen.
Well, I did look it up too, and so he was flying from Paris to Dallas, which is like a 10-hour flight, and the difference in fare. for first class, business class. That was about $2,500
Okay.
for first class, business class.
Right.
Coach was like $1,500. So that passenger already paid $1,000 more just for the extra legroom. So
Yep.
he was probably thinking, I paid for it. This is what I wanted. And
Hey, I'll tell you right now, Paris to Dallas,
Yeah.
I'm in extra legroom, 10-hour flight. 1,500 wasn't going to get me to move the seat. I know that. It was going to take.
No.
It was going to take a little more. Somebody like me, 6'5".
Yeah.
You know, I'm 230 pounds. Dad's a big guy. I don't think I could have gone and sat in the normal coach seat for 10 hours, even though it was Cam Newton. It was a great $1,500 in cash and a great
Right.
story. I just don't think I could have done the tour.
So
journey.
I'm sure Cam Newton had some jewelry on to give just in case. Hey, look, if I don't
You're
give
right.
you the money, here, just hold this $100,000 necklace or whatever, you know. So he could have done that too. But yeah, that's a good story. And hey, I guess the economy is just so great that nobody needs money. So I don't know.
Yeah,
that one
seems
person.
that seems to be the talk.
Before we move on, so Phil, when you had the wad of cash, would you take out the whole wad to pay someone and then flip through the 20s, or how did that work?
Yes, I took it all out.
Yes.
Rubber bands. He does.
Rubber band around it. I've never had
He's like
anything
me.
but a rubber band.
Right.
8 wallets. Still carry the rubber band. I probably have about $2,100 in my drawer downstairs. Here's the problem, Ahmed, is that my daughter, my wife is always dipping into it. I wouldn't even doubt when Christopher comes over, he goes, hell, I could use a few hundred. He walks over that drawer.
Oh, I've definitely done it before. It's been a long time, but like early on college career, when Dad might have had a big wad of cash in his little I put my keys and my money there. If I walked by and it was a plentiful of hundreds,
he's not gonna.
I was
going to
take
miss
one or two and go, you know what, I need this for the next few days.
Yeah, you're right, and I never counted it. I always had an idea how much I had, but who counts it down to the dollar? But oh well. And I still do it, and just because I do like using cash. I go to pick up food or pay for food, and I pay cash. I even said the other night I was with my wife. I paid cash for our dinner, and I said to the waitress, "Are you okay with the cash? Is it okay that I pay cash?"
Right.
Because nobody does anywhere now. So that's the way it is. It's okay.
No doubt.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.